so for real. I had to switch it up a little bit. Still part of Crib Talk 7, but we want to try something new. Life is about evolving, growing, and doing things differently. Last night I did a little tarot reading, and it gave me a lot of positive affirmations on where I'm going in life and where I'm going in success, and definitely willing to tackle and take the challenges ahead. So, uh, I got the all black drip on today. You know what I'm saying? But want to get into a couple videos, and I'm gonna turn the screen around because we're gonna try to keep this at 10 to 15 minutes per segment videos. But one of them is the one from Reba right here. Women create, emasculate men on purpose. So I have that one in here. It's a short video in the queue. Blow that up. Expand this. Watch this one. And we're gonna just take some commentary afterwards and some viewpoints on what you think and what you feel about it. A lot of these single mothers out here, they have this loathing nature towards men so bad that if they have a son, they treat him in the ways that they wish that they could have treated their ex when he was stripping them, when he was this or when he was that. Hence why we have men that have a lot of trauma from their mothers because of the way that their mothers emasculated them. Because in a lot of these women's minds, they're trying to get that give back to the men that are no longer answering the phone or that they no longer have communication with. They want to raise this young man to be the type of man that takes anything. This woman can say whatever she wants, she can treat him however she wants, she can talk bad to him, she can disrespect him, because a lot of these women are raising their sons to believe that women can do absolutely no wrong. Alright, so that's one. Back around. So that's one that we got. And I want y'all to get y'all commentary, what y'all feel, definitely in the single household for the women who are no longer with the men that they chose to be with. A lot of times they choose to treat the boys as like son husbands, treat them worse and emasculate, not masculate, but emasculate the men, specifically black men. So we're gonna get to another video I got in the queue over here. We're gonna see. This is another. Just want to run through this real quick. My husband surprised his son by taking him to the prom. First off, that is a boy. That's a guy in that dress with the wig and the makeup. So just want you to know. Look at my man Antoine's face. He over it already. Takes his sassy son. It said, father takes his sassy son wearing a dress to prom. All the crying black women are cheering him on. Wow. Do you see that? And this is what happens when I don't want to take all of Anton's content. You can go ahead and follow all of the people that Reba, follow her, Reba TV, follow Anton, Davis, follow everybody, all the content creators on the platform. I don't want to take anything from that other than basically what I put on the last video, how they're emasculating the man, specifically the black man. So when you demasculate the man, this is what the results of you raising a boy and you're treating him that, oh, you can't, a man can't do anything of value, only a woman can, and certain things, and the women are the hierarchy, and are perplexed to be the strengths of the families and the households, when we all know that that is the way that you are raising. That's your perception, the way that you train your child, and the way that you let them see the world. But that's not exactly how the world is. Only in our culture do we see they demasculate us more than anything, and that's the result that you get. Let's turn it back around so we can see exactly what's going on. So don't mess up that makeup. The father, I get it. He's trying to be a father, regardless. in the new generation, men get judged for just being men. We get judged for just wanting to be the head and to do things and have and protect ours. These days, they want to demasculate that. They perpetuate it in everything that you see, the media, the movies. Now the woman, she's the superhero. The man is always falling and getting hurt. We know in reality, if something was to happen, they would be screaming for a man to come help and somebody to, control that situation of masculine, of a masculine authority figure. But now we have this agenda that's getting pushed, and it shows a lack of accountability for the misleading information that you have diagnosed into the community, the misinformation that you have have soaked into the pores and the skin of our culture, so to speak. So this is the result of that. Shout out to Anton Davis for putting this video up there. I want y'all to get some commentary on your take on what you feel and what you think when it comes to um, this new soft era of men in the community. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Now I had another video. Let's go on this right quick. Jordan Peterson. I got Humble's woman who says men and women are equal.
Thousands of surveys and the best scientific literature on the topic. I know it's not a theory, and I didn't come about it because of my political perspective. I looked at the data. What it showed was that as countries become more egalitarian, the differences between men and women grow. They don't shrink.
So what I'm interested in is data and analysis as well, and I'm particularly interested in the ones presented, such as the ones by the University of Southern California, which discovered that change towards gender equality is actually being slowed by beliefs that are legitimizing social inequalities on the basis of sex. And I'm also interested, I mean, like Jordan, I look at the data and I look at the studies, and I'm really also very much interested in studies like the analysis that was done by the American Psychological Society, which looked at 45 analysis of whether there's sex difference over 20 years. And its conclusion was that men and women are basically alike in terms of personality, in terms of cognitive ability, in terms of leadership. But what it...
Oh boy, oh boy. Based on your data, right? Let's keep going.
Did find was that media depictions of men and women as fundamentally different perpetuate misconceptions, as does workplace bias.
Guys, okay, we're going to continue this. But you see how every time I see Jordan Peterson, in particular, talking to a feminist woman, or being interviewed by one or debating one, they always put words in his mouth. They always overstep what he's saying, and when he corrects them, they ignore it. They want to say that, oh, he's politically biased, but they, of course, are not. He's interpreting data and facts. And the fact that this woman comes from the standpoint that she thinks that there can be equality of outcome, it just deletes everything she has to say. That is not a person of sound mind. That is not a person of sound reasoning. This is a person who is an activist, and the ends justify the means. Whichever way they got to get to their equal outcome, it doesn't matter. So they're going to cherry pick, nitpick data, ignore other data so they can get to their conclusion. They don't want any evidence that goes against their narrative. Why? Because there's a glitch now. And she's saying that there's nowhere in the world where women are equal. Here in the United States, you know what? I agree. Women are not equal with men in society's eyes. Women are above men. So men are facing the inequalities.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to stop it right there. Men are under attack. Real men are under attack. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where we're fighting this fight for our lives, and the women in our culture in this society are attacking every single thing that is masculine and saying that it's if we're doing something too strong or too hard, it's toxic. basically what I'll reiterate what she was talking about, and what they were talking about inside of this video was basically, are men and women equal as far as workplace? It's a proven fact. Let me put my on the charger. It's a proven fact that women and men, they think totally different. Men and women, even though we might have can do the same jobs, we get paid different wages. Now, it was a point in time when it was no rights, and it was that women couldn't vote, and they were the ones who were seen as uh, irrelevant in certain aspects of the workforce. Then we opened up that avenue and allowed women to have this aspect and this lane inside of the workforce, and they take that and they turn that into slander against the masculinity of a man. And what I noticed is, when a man does something and we do something, we don't need to step on. A lot of times, men stepping on other men. We don't step on another woman to get to the top. Women, y'all, they have to. It's like it's something in their DNA to where once the feminists, once they get in a position to where they feel as though the only way they can make it is if they try to assassinate the character and the role of the man. They can't do anything of value or powerful without slandering some type of dude or saying it's a guy, the reason why he's that everything's wrong and it's his fault and his fault. A lot of times, men, when we come up, we don't assassinate the characters of the feminine. But this is where we go back to the debate on men and women being equal, and men seeing things from a viewpoint and women seeing things from a viewpoint. But the viewpoint of many women, definitely the feminist movement, they're using the guy to try to demean his character and say that now if he says anything of value or strong or strength, he's toxic. He's not useful. Yeah, we don't need men, but at the same time, turn around and ask a guy to give you opportunity, ask a guy to give you grace, ask a guy to protect you, to be your comfort blanket when you see fit. And then outside of that, as long as you have these social avenues and different things, aspects going on, you feel as though you don't need to have a guy involved in the picture, but always it's a man in the background that's funding whatever you're doing. It's a guy that's giving the opportunity for you to grow. It's some man of masculinity somewhere that has to be in place in order for these things to even open up in these avenues. So we got to be real with that narrative. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna keep this video short. Y'all leave your comments down below. The Discord will be back up this week. I was working on some things. Like I said, I'm working on my quality, and the audio was terrible, so we had to get the audio back together. And now that I got that back and we got everything back where it needs to be, we back on point with this, man. Let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it going. Shabar, so for real, man. You know what to do. Type in, like, subscribe down below. Until the next video. Peace.